Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to Summertime Tarot. For those of you who don't know, my name is Summer and this here is a money and career reading for Sun, Moon, Rising sign Virgo. So let's go ahead and get started. So, I'm getting pretty good feelings, but I kind of get the feeling here that you guys there may be like a dark shadow or just kind of like some fear that may be kind of creeping in on you. Or it could just even be like negative patterns or negative habits that have a way of kind of infiltrating like your mind or what have you. But let's see what's going on here. Okay. The song that's come to my mind is "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. Just stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast." Right? I feel like here with this Page of Swords being in your current energy, I feel like there is something that you have your eye on, right? But I feel like you may be kind of almost get the feeling of kind of fumbling around, especially with the Magician here. Being in what's holding you back. You may be kind of trying to get your wits about you, or even just kind of feeling very overwhelmed by where it is you're trying to go, right? With the Star here being in your blockage, you may just be kind of like almost, what's coming to my mind is like starstruck here, right? You may be like seeing this goal, this star, this dream, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is you're trying to get to here. And it may be making you feel like, I don't know if I can do it, like almost kind of fumbling about, right? Which may be why I kind of got that feeling that there may be like this kind of shadow, right? It could be like your shadow here showing up, your fears, your insecurities, those kind of negative thoughts that are making you feel like you can't do it or you can't get there. Right? But I feel like here with this Eight of Swords being in, where it is you kind of want to be, I feel like you want to be like, I feel very dedicated, very consistent, very almost like shrouded in like this deep peace, this deep understanding, this deep knowing of self and where it is you're going, and just kind of very focused, very determined, very into it, right? Where nothing kind of comes in and distracts you or disrupts you or gets you off your path. But in order to get there here, the advice here is death, right? And I feel like, there's a need for you to leave something behind here. And I feel like what you need to leave behind is kind of this mindset here, right? Which may make you think that either it could either be like a know-it-all energy, like I got it covered, I can do it, I don't need any help, that kind of thing. Or it could be, where you don't believe in yourself, or you don't feel like you can have this wish fulfillment, all the things that you want, the comfort, the security, the peace, right? But let's go ahead and clarify here. Let's clarify this Page of Swords. But also with this Death card, what's coming to my mind is, what is that Bible verse, as a child, I thought as a child, that kind of thing. But once I became a man, I put away childish things, right? It may be that, it's time for you to kind of put away certain beliefs or thoughts or habits that are kind of holding you back from moving towards what it is that you want. Oh, wait a minute here. Hold on. Right? It could even be here with the Seven of Swords, that you have so many desires, so many things that you want to accomplish, that you're kind of focusing on too many things at once. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there may be like just a big desire for more, right? And you could even be kind of missing out on all the good stuff that you already have, or really just kind of focusing on either like the bad or what's not working here. Right? Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck. But I also kind of feel like I was saying, some of you may have like very high expectations for yourself, or even just almost feeling like nothing can get you down or block you, right? You may have like a very I can't think of the words here. Like, you just may be very much kind of feeling yourself here, right? No judgment. But you may be like feeling yourself to the point where you're not putting in the work or putting in the effort that it is that you need to be putting in order to get to where you want to go, right? And with the Page of Swords showing up here, right, there may be some things here that you still need to figure out, that you still need to learn, that you still need to, explore before you start kind of going down whatever path it is you want to go down, right? So let's clarify the Magician here. Right, or it could even just be like you're not listening to reason here, right? You may be very focused on what you want, that you're not kind of being practical or being realistic about your goals or about your expectations on how you're going to get there or when you're going to get there. All right, some of you may even be kind of like spending money kind of like frivolously, or just not using or being mindful with your money here. And it's kind of time to change your, I feel like, your relationship, but also your idea of kind of like money, of security, of happiness, right? You may see happiness connected with like things, or being able to do this and do that whenever you want, right? Which is cool. But sometimes, you gotta kind of make sure you're saving as well for a rainy day. But let's clarify death here as your advice. Yeah, excuse me. I feel like some of you, right, you could have like you could just be like just spending money, or like it could even be like the opposite, where you're very much afraid to spend money. But I feel like here, especially with this Justice showing up here, right, there's a need for balance, right? And not to be so worried, right? But it's like very much to be prepared, right? It's not that you need to be afraid of kind of losing your security or losing your comfort, but it's a need to be prepared for if something were to happen, so that you're not like kind of just spending willy-nilly, or kind of very closed off, or holding on to everything that you have, that you don't spend anything at all, right? It's a need for balance. All right, because I feel like, this is picking up two messages here, right? For some of you, it may be that you haven't really been thinking about your long-term goals. You could be very much focused on what makes you happy or makes you feel good here and now. And if so, it may be time for you to kind of buckle down and kind of get focused, get more balance when it comes to your spending, when it comes to what you're focusing on, right? But for others of you, you may be very much in a space where you're focused long term in a very kind of scared way, where you're not spending at all, or you're just very worried, very fearful about kind of losing what you have. But it's a need for balance, right? As long as you're making sure that you're prepared, that you're thinking long term, and that you're saving money, and that you're doing what you need to do, right? Don't feel like you need to be afraid all the time, right? Just be prepared. Hopefully this is making sense. But right, and if you are to kind of listen to this advice, right, when I feel like changing your mindset, your relationship with money, or even just when it comes to career as well, you could be like trying to figure out your long-term goals, and whether or not you kind of want to continue down the path that you're on. Right? You may be looking into other options. If so, right, make sure that you're, thinking ahead, you're planning ahead, but, that you're not rushing. But let's see what message your spiritual team has for you here. Right? For those of you who may be, right, with this Three of Cups, who may be like, very, I don't know. I can't think of words today. Oh my goodness. Who very much just kind of going with the flow, or you just haven't been thinking long term. You may have been very much focused on your happiness, in the present moment, right? It's like a need to get balanced here for those of you who may not have been focusing on your long-term goals, right? For those of you who may be like very much worried or like stressing about the future, stressing about you know, where you're going or where you're headed and what's going to happen, right? It's a need to kind of let go of that worry, let go of that stress, and bring in more happy, lighter vibes, lighter feels, right? And not to worry so much, right? But to shift your focus to more positive things. Okay? Well, let's see what your spiritual team wants you to focus on for November. Excuse me, man. All right. All right, for a lot of you, I do kind of feel like you do have like a dream or a goal that it is that you wish to pursue, right? That you may be thinking about, but you may not be making moves towards it at this time, right? And it's kind of time here, right, in the month of November for you to kind of start focusing on opening up to the possibilities, I feel, right? Bottom of the deck, we have the Garden and the Gate, right? You may be holding yourself back here from this victory, from this success, this thing that you want, because you may feel like, you know, it's not possible for you, or right? And even if you are kind of like just focusing on, right, this Three of Cups, the fun, the present day fun, I feel like it could be because you may be afraid that you can't make your dreams a reality, or you can't make what you want come true. So just make sure in the month of November that you spend time kind of opening up your heart here to the possibilities, to the perspective, to the mindset that you can create for yourself what it is that you want, right? It's just going to take you like taking a balanced approach, right? And not being kind of thrown off your path by, you know, either upsets or even just, you know, a party, like, hey, fun times, you know, right? You may be like feeling like you just kind of want things to be copacetic all the time. And so, oftentimes when it comes to following our dreams, when it comes to following our goals, it ain't all, you know, balloons and bubble gum. I can't think of the saying, but you know, it's not always fun all the time, right? But that doesn't mean it's not worthwhile, right? So I feel like it's kind of time for you in the month of November to kind of open up to all, I feel, aspects of what it means to be successful, even like the hard times, but also the fun times. It depends on which group you're in. You may be afraid of the hard times, right? Or you may be very much focused on the hard times, right? But I feel like whichever group you're in, it's kind of time for you to open up to the opposite of what you've are kind of holding on to. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But let's get another message here from the ancestors, and then we're going to get some advice for you. Yeah, okay, so we have breach here, wanted to fall over here with the magician. Yeah, so I feel like, first things first, right? There's a need here for you to change your approach, right? I feel like we kind of talked about that here, right? If you've been focusing on, the fun times, it may be time for you to get, serious, right? If you've been very stressing and worried, it may be time for you to kind of open up to the fun, to the good, right? But let's see what else wanted to come out here. So we have eagle in the reverse. Then we have spring, equinox, rebirth, green man synergy, and shape-shifting. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of time for you to kind of open up to kind of, like I was saying, like success coming in different forms. Or even, right, messages coming in different forms. You may be really looking for things to be a certain way. Right? It could be that, you have this star that you have your eye set on. You may be very much dialed in on it. You may be tunnel vision to the point where you're not taking in all the good things around you. You're not enjoying it. You're not having fun. You're not allowing yourself to be in the moment. Right? And it's kind of time for you to like very much kind of shift your focus from just like tunnel vision or even just fear, anxiety, right? And it's kind of time for you to kind of open up to all of the wondrous possibilities that it is that you have your heart and your mind set on, right? And to kind of let go of your fears, your insecurities, the things that are holding you back, the things within your mind, within your heart that are making you feel like, it's just this big scary world out there. Hey man, I understand. It's a scary place right now, but I feel like your ancestors are really wanting you to kind of to open up to a more positive connection with the world and with yourself and with the divine, and allowing yourself to kind of to be free and open and not so focused on just what you have your mind set on. Is that making sense? I hope it's making sense. But let's get your advice here. Then we're going to close out this reading. So what's the advice here for Virgo? Okay, so we have here Seagull. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. And then bottom of the deck, we have your octopus. Practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like with the seagull showing up as well as with the octopus, right, you may be like very much set in your ways to the point where it's kind of burdening you or making it harder for you to get to where it is you want to go. And so it's kind of time for you to kind of dive into, you know, that your emotions, to your feelings, and to really focus on your healing here, right? We do have the star showing up as your blockage, right? I feel like, you know, this healing kind of starts with your mind, and healing, you know, how your perspective of things, how you see things, right? For some of you, it may be very like negative or very fearful, and it's making you hard. It's making it hard for you to kind of manifest what you want because it's kind of blocking it. It's kind of stifling it. It's making it harder for you to see the positive, or even to see your guidance when it shows up, or even the opportunities that are showing up for you. So make sure, you know, you spend time healing that, cleansing that, right? It could be beneficial for you here to kind of get out in nature, or to really take a spiritual bath, connect with animals, right? Look up at the sky, at the stars, at the clouds, you know, that kind of thing, so that you're giving yourself space to kind of free up and to let go of that negative energy, and to be open to more positive energy, okay? But that's all I have for you, Virgo. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments how it resonated. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.